Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, Group Policy MVP and founder of PolicyPak software. And in this video, I'm going to show you a feature that we have for Pack Creator folks called internal filters. And basically, the way it works is that you can, if you want to, tie your particular package and ensure that it'll only run under certain conditions. And again, the nickname is called internal filters. If you look under project properties, you'll see they're also called predefined item level targeting filters. So by way of example, let's say I was noodling around with this mouse properties pack that I was creating, and I really only wanted to make sure that these settings only ever worked on Windows 7. So if I wanted to do that, I can pre-bake in item level targeting filters as filters that, like I said, are predefined inside the pack. So all I have to do inside the Design Studio is enable predefined item level targeting and then edit the conditions. And the targeting editor shows up and you can use any conditions you want. The popular ones might be like you may want to say that this pack only works when the operating system is whichever version you want. That is a perfectly normal thing to want to do here. You may also want to do things like only make sure that this pack will operate when, say, a particular registry match is true, right? To see if a particular key, like in this particular case, it's kind of a fictitious example, like H key, current user, control panel, mouse, beep even exists. If it doesn't exist, then there's no mouse installed. Does that make sense? So the idea, again, I know I'm using mouse as a fictitious example. You could use this for any application. Okay. You may also want to do it based on MSI query, okay, or file match. So the idea is that you can see, is a particular product installed? So if you were creating a pack for Dog Food Maker 12, you could ensure that the pack will only ever deliver settings with these pre-configured item level targets when the product code of, whatever exists. And I could pick, some application here just for fun, okay? Like Silverlight. Okay, so this pack would only apply when this MSI product code existed. All right, and you could also use, by way of example, like I said, file match. So you can see that in this case, you can see if a file exists, you can just dictate a particular file here, and if X, Y, and Z file exists, then this pack will go. So let's go ahead and see what happens in the log files. Let's go ahead and make sure I've left this set as when the operating system is Windows 7. So this will only take effect when the operating system is Windows 7. Also, internal filters will only be honored when the client-side extension is version 545 and later. So if you have something like 461 or 537, all of these internal filters will not be honored and will evaluate to true. Okay, in other words, like it won't know if you're running on Windows 7 or the file is matched or anything like that. So long story short, you must have version 545 on the client-side extension or later for this to work. And so let's go ahead and compile this. And then we will do some testing, and then we'll look at the logs. Let's see what's going on and see what actually happens in the log files. Okay, great. So we're all compiled and ready to go. So let's go ahead and go to our East Sales users here, and we'll do a pp mouse with internal filters test. Okay. And if we go to user side, PolicyPak, new application, and there's mouse properties. Now again, if we look here where it says targeting, it says no, because they're internal filters. If we wanted to put, well, regular / normal filters on top of these, we can certainly do that. So let's go ahead and click on this guy, go to properties, and again, there is no item level targeting set for the administrator. We set it internally for the pack. So let's go ahead and set this to 768 or something and also lock it down. All right. So now that we've done that, we'll go over to our client machine. I'm logged on as eSales user 1. Let's look at what build number we have. If we look at pp update just to look at the build, 545. So we should be okay. So we'll run gp update to get the latest greatest group policy settings that this guy should get now for eSales user 1. And there we go. So now let's go ahead and run mouse on this machine. And there we go. We can see that it actually did its thing. If we go to regedit, let's take a look at HKey current user, control panel mouse. Yep, there it is, 768. Now, the important part is let's look at the logs. So if we go to app data, local PolicyPak, and we look at the PP user log, let's go to the end, and we can see inside of our logs here, okay, what we're looking for is evaluating. See, this is the GPO, mouse with internal filters test, evaluating the mouse queries entry, and then we are evaluating predefined item level targeting. And it evaluated to true because we have, Windows 7 on our machine. So the pack entry will be applied. Okay, so it does predefined targets first, and then it does regular item level targeting second. All right, so let's review. The whole point of internal filters / predefined item level targets is that if you're working on a particular application in the Design Studio and you want to make sure that its functions only ever occur if certain conditions are true, like the application actually exists on the machine, or if a registry punch exists, or any number of things, you can set, if you want to, predefined item level targeting filters inside your packs. Starting soon, some of our pre-configured packs, the ones we provide from PolicyPak Central here, will have conditions in them already. By way of example, we haven't done it yet, but let me show you a quick example of what I'm talking about. So if we go to the packs like Java, okay, there's two. There's one for XP and one for Windows 7. We are going to set these up real soon where, say, the XP version will only work with an internal filter where the operating system is XP. And that makes sense. We don't ever want these settings to hit a machine where it's not XP, and now we can pre-dictate that. Okay? If you have any questions about item level targeting filters or predefined item level targeting filters, looking forward to seeing your question in the PolicyPak forums. Thanks so much.